IWF World Championships here in lovely Anaheim, California. Dr. David Boff and myself, Dr. Westbrook, will be bringing you the commentary as we...
From France, Romain Imadouchine. From Chile, Arly Mendez Perez. From Poland, Krzysztof Svarich. From Uzbekistan, Ulubek Alimov. From Italy, Antonino Pizzolato. From the Republic of Korea, Yu Dongju. From Japan, Toshiki Yamamoto. From Germany, Tom Schwarzkopf. From the Islamic Republic of Iran, Ali Miri. From the Islamic Republic of Iran, Kianush Rustami. From Colombia, Jor Moreno. These are the athletes in the 85 kilo A session. Congratulations and welcome to the World Championships. Thank you.
Here is the start list for the men's 85A group. Most notably, we have Iran's Kianush Rustami on the list, our 2016 Olympic champion. Other standouts include Uleg Alimov of Uzbekistan, Ali Miri, also of Iran, and Arly Mendez of Chile. There's a warm-up room. Athletes prepare for their opening attempts. We're just around 4 minutes until the first athlete. Georgia Davidache, 2017 European Junior Champion.
And he's still got 1 year left as a junior, so yeah. So some more big lifting out of him. Imadouchine out of France here, going to be opening with 153 in the snatch. I don't think he'll be the first person we see, but he'll be early on.
He's an interesting athlete, Arly Mendez of Chile. We haven't seen him on the international stage in many years, since 2013. Poland's Krzysztof right there, 2017 European Championships, was a bronze medalist. We've seen him on the international stage certainly for many years now. Uleg Alimov, bronze medalist at the 2013 Worlds back in Poland. And of course, teammates of gold medalist again in Rio in the 105 class, Miradinov.
We are 3 minutes away.
Here's one to watch out for. Italy's Antonino Pizzolato, European Junior Champion in 2015. Very strong in the clean and jerk. A little down on its competitors in the snatch, but if you can hang with him, I think you can do pretty well today.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. We've seen some big lifts out of him.
Yeah.
And the Korean here, Dongju Yu, who competed at the Olympics last year in Rio.
Made a 340 total there, 150, 190. Only 2 for 6, but still pretty respectable. That was good for 14th place.
And this, of course, is Japan's Toshiki Yamamoto, who's really got beautiful technique, as you can see there with that 145 warm-up snatch.
Yep.
He's listed as 150 as the opener, so if he sticks with that, I imagine that was probably his last warm-up.
Yeah.
That looks like the German Tom Schwarzbach, who'll be lifting, actually be starting with 151.
If that stays.
If that stays. Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of moving around here.
There is Ali Miri of Iran. There is a sizable Iranian contingent here cheering their athletes on.
Absolutely, yeah. We were hearing a lot of shouts and real excitement for both him and, of course, our Olympic gold medalist, who you're looking at right now, Kianush Rostami, who will be expected sort of to be a shoo-in for the win here. He's starting significantly above all the other competitors in both the snatch and the clean and jerk. 172.212 is what he is listed at the moment. So feeling ambitious. There was rumors of a knee injury, as it looks like he's being tended to about that right now in some of his training just a few days ago. But things must be feeling okay, and it looks like he's ready to do some damage today. And Colombia's Jorge Snyder Moreno Torres, and the Pan American silver medalist recently. So he's got 140 on the bar, starting to get warm. And we've got a total of 12 competitors here, and a lot of weights to be moved around. The opening snatch is going to be 148. It actually moved down for Japan's Toshiki Yamamoto from 150 to 148. So maybe just playing it a little conservative. The largest snatch out of the B group, actually no, it was out of the C group. It was actually the Canadian who did 153.
Correct.
So
Bellamar, I believe.
Yeah,
junior athlete.
Junior athlete, Bellamar, that's right.
Second heaviest out of the B group is India's Venkat Ragala, who also is a junior, did 150. So it's going to be, we'll surpass that mark pretty soon, but not quite yet with our first athlete, who is seconds away from being called.
And technically, Yamamoto is a really an excellent lifter. Yeah. And just continuing the great tradition of good technique and good weightlifting for Japan.
Yamamoto of Japan.
Coming out for his first attempt. Yamamoto, most recently, he competed in Japan in October of this year, where he did 152, 190. So he is working around his best, or near his best.
Yeah, he's done.
It looks like he's done 158.
58, yeah, that was his best that he did back in, actually earlier this year. Yeah, pretty easy. Yeah. Just took a little bit of hesitancy on the bottom position, but stabilized and stood up with it. So maybe that was why. Maybe the overhead position isn't feeling 100%. So maybe drop it down a couple kilos, make sure you get one in.
Yeah. You know, it looks like he hasn't been at a senior world championships since Poland 2013. Wow. If our records are correct. So maybe just getting opening attempt jitters out.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a smart move.
Yeah.
So that would bring up, with the automatic increase, of course, it would be Yamamoto, but I'm sure he's going to go into the low 150 range, and he just posted 153. Yep. So that changes the lifter to Germany's Tom Schwarzbach, coming out for his opening attempt at 151 kilos.
He's done 158 in the past, but it was back in 2014, it looks like. But he, like a number of his teammates, is astonishingly consistent in the snatch. He's got a lot of competitions where he goes 3 for 3, 3 for 3. There's a few here, 2 for 3. Very rare that he doesn't make more than one snatch.
A little bit of walking around, but enough to make the lift.
You know, he is collar to collar just about.
Yeah, yeah.
And not a terribly tall athlete, but he's telling the the loaders something about the barbell. Not sure what it is, if it wasn't tight or if things flipped around, but he looks like he had something to say.
Yeah, so
and,
he looks right down at something.
The Germans like precision, so if anything is out of place on that platform,
they're going to know about it.
He's the man to let you know.
Yeah,
he's on quality control.
Absolutely.
But he's good. On the board with that 151 kilo snatch. That brings up Colombia's Tor Moreno. Opening attempt 152. Again, we still have not surpassed the best snatch done previously, which was out of the C group.
And it looks like his last World Championships was back in 2015 in Poland also, where he did 145 in the snatch. Oh, that looks great.
Yeah. Pretty nicely done there.
Yeah, and that actually beats his international best, which was 147. So training must be going well for him.
Yeah. He seems happy about that. Let's take another look at this. Very nice.
Yeah, and the Colombians really bring a full team of almost all A-session lifters. So really, really high-quality lifting out of that country.
Right now, France's Imadouchine coming out for his opening attempt. He's done 155 in the past. Did that earlier this year at the European Championships in Split, Croatia.
Okay, that's a good lift. We've got an update with some bad news. The Uzbeki lifter Ulagbek Alimov has pulled out of the snatch for now. So that's a really significant update and sort of a disappointing one.
You know, it changes the field quite a bit, though, because I don't know that he was a favorite for a top finish on the podium, but strong clean and jerk, and I believe had 2016 Olympic champion Nuradinov in his corner back there. So, yeah, he is gone. He is out. We're down to 11 athletes, and if Rustami's in shape, he should take this, but for second and third, I think things are a bit more wide open now.
Yeah, absolutely. So the next lifter would be Ali Miri of Iran, which you can start to hear the Iranian contingency really shouting. But no, he's moving up, so we won't be seeing him quite yet. And that would bring out Toshiki Yamamoto once again for the 5 kilo increase to 153. And there you see.
Yeah, there's the Olympic champion. Yeah. That color, that bright white and black shirt there.
Yes, yes. And quite a character from what I understand.
Yeah. Here is Toshiki Yamamoto coming out. Second attempt, 153. Now, Dr. Westbrook, what do you think will be the winning lifts in this session?
Ooh. Well, the who is, I think, pretty obvious, Rustami. But I'll tell you what I think the number is in just one moment. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, something's just a little off with that overhead position. Otherwise, the bar is moving very well. So the winning snatch, I'm going to anticipate Kianush Rustami snatching a 178. Wow. 178 today. You heard it here. In the clean and jerk, I expect, again, I'm considering that knee may not be in perfect condition, so I'm expecting probably a 215. Wow. 215 in the clean and jerk and a 178 snatch. Okay. Yeah. How about yourself, Dr. Bob?
I'm going to lowball it a little bit.
Oh, wow.
I think it's going to be, again, I think we're both in agreement. Rustami is the clear favorite. But I think it's going to be 170 in the snatch.
Wow.
I think he's not going to have to push himself. I think that 172 is listed. I don't know that he's actually going to stay there.
Do you think that's an intimidation factor that they're kind of giving to these other competitors?
I think Rustami walks in a room and I'm intimidated.
Yeah,
so
yeah, absolutely.
170, 210. 170, 210.
Wow.
Love to hear what some of you out there think. If you want to get involved, check out IWF social media at IWF.net on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Let us know what you think the winning totals or snatch and clean and jerk are going to be. I'm saying 72-10. Dr. Westbrook thinks it's an Olympic year and is saying 78-15.
Rustami likes to lift big weights.
He does.
Right now, Toshiki Yamamoto of Japan, third and final attempt. Same weight, 153 kilos on the bar. Oh, no.
Yeah, like you said, just a little shaky overhead. It's moving exceptionally well.
Maybe a few too many benches or something like that. You know,
he's got a great physique.
He does have a great physique.
A little, yeah, not so much even tight, just shaky overhead.
Yeah.
I wonder, we don't see body weights, unfortunately, here. But I wonder if it was a difficult cut or just the travel. Right now, Germany's Tom Schwarzbach coming out for his second attempt. Made 151 on his opener.
And I thought it looked pretty good. Again, what was going on with the platform or the bar, we don't know. But a German would know.
Now he is very wide. He's collar to collar in the snatch. And again, he is almost always good for 2 or 3 snatches.
Oh, boy.
He misses that one.
He's looking at
one
his
more.
hands, so the very famous post lift, look down at the hands.
Yeah. Now, so Imadou Shin is the lifter, but of course that is not going to be the case. He just is listed with his automatic increase. So Schwarzbach, if he stays, is going to lose his 2-minute clock.
Yeah. What do you think he could be concerned about
with the bar?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of chalk on there. I mean, everybody else seems to be doing just fine with it.
True, but nobody else is lifting out of the collars.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
A different world out there.
Oh boy, wouldn't it be amazing just to push out on the bar with those collars? That would feel great.
That's an advantage.
Although it becomes a disadvantage when you're talking about guys like Salimi of Iran, who probably could really utilize a bar that's about 12 feet long rather than what it is.
Or the Bulgarian Cholakhov, who sadly passed away not long ago.
So here comes Tom Schwarzbach again. He does not get the luxury of the 2-minute clock due to a change, so he's got to jump in right away.
So apparently Schwarzbach said the bar is slippery. Huh. He knows there's chalk up there, right?
I think so.
Wow. So unfortunately, doesn't make the lift. Looks at the hands.
Yeah.
I mean, some bars are certainly, there's different grips, different kind of feels to barbells, different knurls, certainly.
Yeah, that's a not a common sort of comment about the bar. I've never heard at a competition someone saying the bar is slippery.
No, yeah.
I've heard the platform slippery quite often, but never the bar.
Some of these judges are a little slippery with their calls sometimes. But yeah, with the bar, now unfortunately, that's looks like only one other time in his international competition history has that happened for him.
Right now, Antonio Pizzolatto coming out for his opening attempt. 155 kilos on the bar.
Antonino.
Excuse me. Wow, very confident. Yeah, very nice. And he's done as much as 161, which was done back in the United States in Houston at the 2015 Worlds. So he could be good for a PR day.
He's got his teammate Mirko Scarantino with him in the back room. Mirko competed at this competition in the 56 kilo class. Unfortunately, did not post a total. Right now, Islamic Republic of Iran, Ali Miri. And the Iranian contingent here, I must say,
I think they just flew in last night because
this is astonishing.
It's a packed house. Yeah.
It really is impressive how many of them have come out. Great to see them supporting their team.
Ali Miri has done as much as 160 in the past. Actually, just a few months ago in Turkmenistan. Oh no. It looked he jumped back a little bit. It looked a little heavy to me, to be honest with you.
You know, interestingly too, he was on a slight angle.
Yeah.
Very slight, but unmistakable that he was on a slight angle there, which maybe he does with somewhere to look or changes his focus, but he is going to be the lifter unless he wants to move up, because well, Moreno is listed at 156, but it's unclear if that's real.
Yeah.
Obviously, Pizzolato, who's listed at 56, that's only the 1 kilo automatic increase.
And I think they're both not moving that for just in case he moves up to really kind of not give him the rest time that he really needs.
He's got a minute and a half remaining, plenty of time.
Nobody likes to be in the situation of missing that that first attempt. So the Iranians are going to do everything they can to help him make this lift. They've always come fully equipped with horns, a large group of people and flags. No shortage of support for this lifter here, Ali Miri.
Again, just very slightly canted on an angle.
Yeah, you're right. Oh no. Neither of those attempts were convincing at all.
Yeah. So he's got one more.
And not at an extensive international showing. He's lifted, according to our records, in 4 international events. Best total being 361, which he did in Turkmenistan just a few months ago. He really had a good day, 160.201. So not having a day like that today.
Yeah.
So he's staying at the 155 currently. I would prefer to sit in a chair rather than that position myself, but you know, to each their own.
Yeah. Here he is. It looks like he's about to come out. So hopefully he can make a correction. Coach telling him to extend. I think he's trying to sneak under.
He needs Salimi to come behind him and give a nice smack on the back or something.
Wake up the traps. Wake up the posterior chain. Yeah.
Third and final attempt.
Yeah.
The whole crowd wants him to make this.
Still well over a minute remaining.
Allah, Allah, Allah!
Wow, his prayers were answered there.
That they were. You know, he did what he had to do on that last one. The coach showed him, finish, you got to extend, and he came through in a clutch moment. The first 2 were not convincing, but that last one, he looks like a guy who could do 160.
Yeah, really.
Maybe not today, but
not today. I mean, maybe if he had a few more attempts, but that lift really looked a heck of a lot better.
Yeah. So making the Iranian crowd sweat just a little bit, making it exciting.
Now his teammate, the Olympic champ, Kianush Rostami, still listed at 172. Has not adjusted yet, but there's a lot of time left until we see him.
Well, I think he's going to wait and see what Arle Mendez of Chile does, and then open based on that.
Right now, Moreno Torres of Colombia, 156. So just a 4-kilo jump from his opener at 152. Ooh, that wasn't even close.
Looked tremendously heavy.
Yeah, and he jumped back about 4 feet.
You know, it's possible he was waiting far longer than anticipated because of the 2 misses. Well, we had a number of misses. He opened at 152, but then there were 2 misses at 53, 2 at 54, 2 at 55. So he thought, it's possible he thought he had 3-4 minutes, and that turned into more like 8 to 10.
Yeah, because that's 6 attempts. Of course, all of those attempts, they were following each other between the second and third.
5 of the 6 were.
5 of the 6, right. So, so you're talking about some serious times. It's probably been almost 10 minutes, really.
There's Pizzolato of Italy, European junior champion in 2015. Believe he is from, like many of the Italian athletes, Sicily. Long history of great weightlifters coming out of Sicily in Italy.
Nice place to live, I imagine, also.
Beautiful place.
Yeah.
Beautiful place to visit. I don't know about living there.
Yeah.
Right now, Colombia's Flor Moreno. Hopefully had a chance to wake up the muscles a bit. Did look like he'd been sitting a little stiff on that last one.
Yes, indeed he was. So he's warmed up now. Chooses to use the belt in the snatch here.
You know, he's also collar to collar.
I think he might be just inside of the collar, just barely.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have the luxury of pushing out. Yeah, not even close.
Wow.
So even though it was only a 4-kilo increase, boy, that looked like a 20-kilo increase.
Yeah, you know, he motioned toward his back a little bit or something. I wonder if he tweaked something in between or on an opening attempt. And he wasn't committed.
No, and I don't remember if he wore a belt during that first attempt or not. I'm assuming that he did, but I can't remember for certain.
Right now, Imadouchine of France, 157. Also an athlete who presumably has been waiting longer than he anticipated.
And this is 2 kilos above his international best, which was done late last year in Israel. And he had a great day then, going 3 for 3, finishing with 155. Oh boy, that was close. Pulled it high, just not quite enough. Let's take a look at that replay there. Looks like he's a little winded or something. Very fast under the bar there, and needed maybe just a touch more height on the bar to give himself a little bit more leeway to get under it. So he's not, actually no, he is the only lifter listed at that weight. There's 2 other lifters asking for 158, so he would have to bump at least a kilo to buy any more time. So right now the 2-minute clock is moving, and I think he should stick there. And you can see the Korean lifter Dong Ju Yu waiting for that 158 on the increase. And again, this is a personal best for the Frenchman. So he has been sitting for a while. That 153 after he made it, he probably has been waiting maybe 10, 12 minutes or so. He's warm now, and again, after he finished that lift, you saw him just kind of feel like he was either lightheaded or something like that.
Yeah.
When you go from kind of sitting complacently to lifting 157 kilos as fast as you can, sometimes that can happen.
Yep. Here he comes again, Imadouchine of France, 157.
another miss.
Yeah.
And at this point now, the majority of these lifts are misses.
Yeah.
So we're not seeing very much blue on the board, meaning that there's very little makes.
Unfortunately, in the 85s, this is sometimes a theme.
This is a theme, and you know, I don't know if it's that Dimas is in the house, but for some reason,
The greatest 85 of all time, perhaps.
yeah. So we've got the. It looks like the
Holding his
Frenchman
elbow.
holding his elbow, which is not a good indication for the second phase of the
Yeah.
competition.
Right now, we have Barış Szustov of Poland coming out 158. I like that little nod to each judge.
Yeah, give them each a moment of respect.
Helps to have them on your side.
And this is a lifter who's lifted in quite a lot of international
Yeah.
competitions. As you can see portrayed right there, 165 is his best. That right there was 158.
Yeah.
So we could see near his best today.
Yeah, looks good there. Hopefully he has turned the tide for the competition. This might be what the other competitors need to start putting some more makes up on the board.
Yeah. Actually, I think we saw him at the Arnold maybe a couple years back doing some big weights.
Believe so.
At one time.
He certainly looks ready for more today. In the meantime, Korea's Yoo Dong-ju coming out, 158. Korean athletes, some great athletes out of South Korea in the past few years. Like the Japanese athletes, technically very precise.
Personal best of 161, so this is only 3 kilos from that mark. Oh, beautiful, beautiful lifting.
Very
there.
nice.
That's
Very
the way
nice
to do it.
done there.
A good lift.
So he may be waiting a while because there's a lot of lifts between that weight and maybe 160 or so. So if he elects to do a 5 kilo or so jump, which I think he's more than capable of, he's going to be doing a lot of waiting.
Yeah. And 160, in that 160 and above range, people are going to get it's going to get aggressive, because that could very well be a podium lift.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously the runaway Rastami is likely to get gold if he makes a lift, but everybody else is going to be fighting for that silver and bronze.
Antonino Pizzolato.
Wow. What a lift.
Great work by Pizzolato.
And Pizzolato's best at 161, and that, I tell you what, that was convincing that he could be on a personal best day.
159 kilos.
Let's see that again. Very dynamic. Just steadies himself in the bottom.
Beautiful lift.
Done. Really nice work. Hopefully he's got some Italian fans watching in Italy.
And like you mentioned, I really hope that that's a nice turn of the tides, so to speak, with a lot more makes than misses like we've been seeing prior to those last two lifts. So the Georgian Revaz Davadadze coming out, the only junior competitor in this session, coming out to open with 160 kilos. That's impressive for a junior.
I think I saw Asanidze in his corner back there, 2004 Olympic champion.
Yeah, he's always good for a good ear squeeze and a trap slap right before you come out and lift.
And we talk about the different builds in the sport, and not only are there weight classes, but there are such vast differences within the weight classes. He is an 85, and
he could be a water polo player.
Looks very different from someone like the lifter on deck, Arle Mendez.
Oh, no. It was very dynamic, just a little bit out of position there.
A little out of position, especially that right side. Was never able to quite recover with that. He's got 2 more attempts. I think he'll come back and make that, no problem. Asanidze looking at him like, WTF? Asanidze, relax. We're not all
It's gonna be okay.
Piros Dimas beating athletes. Georgian team has seen some great success in recent years, most notably with super heavyweight Lasha Talakadze.
Snatching 220 kilos in training
earlier this year. Exactly.
Interesting development. Arlie Mendez Perez has moved up to 163, which eliminated the 2-minute clock for Davidadze. So now he's only got 27 seconds left.
No, that should restart. That should restart, I think, because I think the clock was running on Arlie, so they should bring it back.
Yeah, I don't know. There's no movement of the referees, and I don't see any movement of Davidadze. Oh, here is he coming out now?
He is coming out now.
7 seconds
No, he's
left.
not coming out.
Oh, no. Are they going to let this go? Okay, so now we see some movement of the technical staff here. We're not sure if they're just going to let that attempt go and then get the 160 on the third, or they're going to fight to try to get that second attempt back.
There is Asanidze in the blue sweatshirt. Again, 2004 Olympic champion in this weight class.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so just as we talked about, since Mendez Perez of Chile made that change, that eliminated the 2-minute clock, and so he lost that attempt.
Let's see what's happening. There is some discussion over by the table there.
So his clock has not started for his third attempt yet. Asanidze holding him back. So now you can see the Georgian lifter has a little bit of attitude. Now he's frustrated.
So that's rough because per the board, he lost that second attempt.
And now he just was getting his psych ready for that lift, and now he's not even the lifter since this third attempt. Now it goes back to Pizzolato of Italy.
Yeah, but I don't think, Pizzolato's coach putting a change in.
162.
162.
Okay.
Just heard, yeah. So so that actually for Pizzolato would be a personal record.
And now it comes back to Davidadze.
What an emotional roller coaster.
That's rough. He went from, just missing his opener, which isn't the end of the world, to do or die.
Do or die situation.
Got to make this.
So Asanidze and the coaching staff are real frustrated, talking to some of the technical people over there.
Yeah.
You should just show him this gold medal and say, give me what I want.
Davidadze, third and final attempt, 160. Needs this.
Wow. So running around with a little bit of attitude makes the lift. And
that was huge.
Hard to say if he was good for much more, so maybe it wasn't so bad.
The important thing is he gets the lift, gets on the board, in what is a difficult situation.
Yeah. So right now the Polish lifter, and actually I think one of the coaches back there, is that Bonk? The 105 lifter in the back there helping out?
I didn't see him. Was it Bonk? I have to look again. Or is it one of the Doenga brothers?
Yeah, there's one of the Doenga brothers, but I think Bartholomew Bonk is also over there. Schwartz coming out for 162 kilos for his second attempt in the snatch. Oh, yeah, he looks good. He's having a good day so far.
Oh,
no
there
lift.
was a little bit of a press. It was very small. That's a very strict call.
Wow, let's watch that replay. Take a close look at the elbows. Oh, boy, that was hard to say if that was elbow or shoulder.
Yeah. And if the body was still descending or not.
Right, right.
That's unfortunate. Again, beautiful lift.
Yeah, it really was dynamic, smooth. That's too bad. So Danju Yu is going to come out here of Korea for that same weight, 162. Yeah. So, you know, we're talking about potentially medal lifts here. So right now it's he who makes his lift. So this is a 4-kilo increase.
Oh, and
the 30-second clock. We had this issue yesterday at 1.2.
The buzzer is still going.
Oh boy, what a distraction too for the lifter. But
yeah, and again, it's twice we've seen this happen. But as you mentioned, very distracting for the athlete.
Yeah, that's okay. We've got it off. Yesterday it lasted for about 10 minutes, so that's fortunate that they could fix the problem within less than a minute this time. But unfortunately for Korea, he had to deal with a little bit of an extra problem.
Stressor.
Stressor.
Antonino Pizzolato of Italy coming out for 162 kilos. He looked pretty good on 55 and 59 his first and second attempts. Let's see if he can improve on those numbers.
And this would be an international best for him, with his best being 161 done in Houston just 2 years ago. I think he's good for it.
So interestingly, I don't think they've fixed the 30-second buzzer. I think they've just turned the volume down and disconnected it, because we did not hear a 30-second buzzer.
Wow. And I tell you what, Dr. Baffa, that could be a medal lift.
That was great. Tanti auguri, Antonino Pizzolato, 3 for 3 with what we believe is an international competition PR, 162. And that's going to be, it's not guaranteed a medal, but it puts him in good position.
Dr. Baffa, I love when you talk Italian to me. So 162 is the same weight. So this will not move the Polishman up, but just put him in better position for the total. Currently in 3rd place in the snatch.
Yep.
And this would move him into 2nd. Zwart's 3rd and final attempt. Oh, no question there.
Yeah. Krzysztof of Poland gets it on his final attempt, 162.
Yeah. He's got to be frustrated, though, because he was probably good for 65 or even 66.
I think so. And I think 65, yeah, well within his capabilities today. But still, stays alive with that 62. This calls up Arlie Mendez.
Okay, first time seeing him on the international stage in a long time.
Many years, and doesn't have much of a competition history on the international stage.
But has a lot of training videos on social media that are quite impressive.
Yeah, exactly. Now, here is where the rubber meets the road. Can you perform when it counts?
Yep.
Training, very different from competition. And again, look at this physique compared to some of the other athletes.
Yeah, especially the Georgian.
Lots of different ways to be a weightlifter.
Wow.
Okay, so yeah, training videos, I guess, were valid.
They were very valid, and of course, we just saw him in the training session hit 170 and 205, maybe what, 3-4 days ago. So he is in shape, and that exemplifies that. Boy, that looked easy.
Yeah. So if you are Rustami's coaching staff in the back, you're seeing that and thinking,
I got to do more than one lift today.
We got to lift. Start warming up. Turns out this guy's serious.
So maybe that 178 that I said earlier may hold.
I think if Arlie Mendez does 170, that'd be huge, and it put a lot of pressure on Rustami, even though he's listed at 212 in a clean and jerk.
Dongju Yu, 3rd final attempt, decided to increase from 162 to 163 for this final. Currently in 5th place in the snatch. If successful, this will move him into 2nd place. Oh no, the Velcro on the belt gave out during the lift. Now that's a distraction.
So no lift for Korea's Yoo Dong-ju, unfortunately, but he is credited with his opener at 158 kilos.
So this is very, very interesting. So now we've got 2 lifters remain, a total of 5 attempts, 2 for the Chilean and 3 for the Iranian. So he's calling for so both lifters are asking for 172. So we're already exceeding Dr. Bafa's anticipated
well, we'll
maximum.
see. We'll see if Rustami sticks at 172 or if they put a change in. So I wonder if they're dropping down. No, they're
73.
They're going up to 173. No, excuse me. Down to 170.
Okay, all right. So you're still in the running here. So the Prince of Persia, Kianush Rustami, Olympic champion, coming out for his opening attempt as his fans wave their flags and scream and shout. Now this guy walks onto the platform with 100% belief and confidence in himself.
You can see he's got the knee quite extensively wrapped up. Also got some rock tape on it, it looks like. If he is in shape, he is a threat. Recently is auctioning off his Olympic gold to help earthquake victims in Iran.
That looked pretty good, Dr. Bafa.
Can I change my prediction?
No, you
Is
cannot.
it too late? I wonder if the knee was a red herring.
So
the
knee is not affecting him on the snatch, at least. So 170 is now the gold medal lift. Now, interestingly, Pizzolato has the bronze locked in. So he's a bronze medalist.
Okay, and this is someone who in Houston was in the B session. Yeah,
what progress he's made. And of course, just a good performance too. He's the only lifter thus far who's gone 3 for 3 in the snatch.
Yeah. So Arlie Mendez, a kilo more.
Wow, this is the battle that we were hoping for.
Yes. Again, we've seen a lot of interesting stuff from Mendez on social media. Very strong lifts. Looked like they were taken on a Motorola StarTAC in the gym somewhere. But that opening snatch suggested the videos were valid. Let's see what he can do here.
171 to move into first place in the snatch. Wow. He's got more in the tank, Dr. Bafa.
Okay, so Rustami's going to have to work for it now.
Yeah.
Now, he's stronger in the clean and jerk on his opener, it looks like. But again, with Mendez, we just don't know what he's capable of.
Yeah. We've never seen him in these kind of situations before.
No, I mean, his best international competition, he only has, it looks like, 2. Junior World Championships in 2013 and Pan Am Championships in 2013 as well. And there, I mean, this is really not even fair to compare.
74.
But he did, 51 in the snatch. We can't.
Those are muscle snatch weights for him.
Yeah. So we're in uncharted territory.
Wow. So now I think we're going to see a little bit of jockeying, a little hug and a kiss from Thomas Ayan.
Thomas Ayan, president of NWF, comes out, gives you a hug and a kiss.
I don't know if that's
quite a blessing mid-competition.
That's amazing. So 174 on the bar. The Iranian comes out again, confident. He's done weights that are even greater. What you're seeing here, a best snatch of 179, of course, done at the Olympics just last year, as he went on to win the gold medal.
Haven't seen him on the international stage since Rio.
Oh no! Okay. The plot thickens, as they say. So now we have 2 lifters, only third attempts remaining here. So I would assume.
Now he's favoring that name.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that Mendez Perez is going to take the same weight.
I think he's going to go to 75.
Oh, and put the pressure on.
Yeah, there they are right now. They're at the table. He's going to go to 75, put the pressure on Rustami.
Yeah.
And either way, So, you know, he's going to force Rustami to come out again.
And I think Rustami will also make that increase. I really do.
We'll see what happens. They're conversing. They're making some sort of decision over there.
So we also have to consider Rustami is a very strong clean and jerker.
Yeah.
The current world record holder at 220 kilos. So even if he passed on this lift, the likelihood of him being able to out clean and jerk his competitor, his closest competitor, Mendez Perez, is pretty high. But the big but here is, of course, that knee.
That knee, exactly.
It's extensive.
Although
wrap.
Rustami is battle tested.
Yeah.
He has lifted in high pressure situations and come through.
20 seconds remain on the clock. Wow. And battle tested is right.
Look at that.
He's holding it, loving it. Unbelievable.
Now we've got a competition. Now. So 174 for Rustami. Limping off a bit. The knee, it's not great for walking, but it's good for snatching.
Yeah, and again, that's pure will. You know, your body isn't in shape, your knee is hurting, and it's just the willpower that allows him to get that weight overhead.
Look at him hold that overhead too, no problem.
No problem, yeah. Wow.
Got a really nice overhead position there.
And he's a guy, when he walks in a room, his chest sort of walks in first. He's confident.
Now here is Arle Mendez, 175.
Wow. So this is for the gold medal in the snatch and for a nice, just a single kilo lead going into that clean and jerk. And he needs every kilo he can get against Rustami. Very dynamic lifter here.
Wow! And he does it!
175 kilos for the Chilean.
3 for 3. We've got a battle, Dr. Westbrook.
This is exactly what we were looking for. So that puts the Chilean Mendez Perez in the gold place position. Rustami in silver in the snatch. Again, not his strong suit of the two lifts. Then, of course, in third place, Pizzolato of Italy at 162.
Yeah, this was a competition in the snatch. It's shaping up to be an incredibly exciting clean and jerk portion. And we were hoping that, you know, we didn't know what to expect out of Mendez. Some people post big training lifts and then fall apart in the competition. Mendez is obviously not the case. He is ready to lift. There's Rustami, our silver medalist in the snatch. He stayed competitive in the snatch with that 174 in his final attempt. And like you said, he's a clean and jerk specialist. There is Italy's Pizzolato, bronze in the snatch.
And just really great for the Italian, because I would have not anticipated him to be on the podium in the snatch.
No, well, you know, we had a number of misses, a lot of athletes missing weights. The Uzbek lifter, Alimov, pulled out, so this is why you got to show up. You make your lifts, you might end up taking home some hardware. B-session lifter just a couple years ago in Houston is now bronze medalist. And there's our silver medalist, Kianush Rustami of Iran.
And we had a lot of red, a lot of misses going on throughout the competition, but really made a nice turn towards the end with a lot of makes and some really, really exciting lifting.
And the session ended in spectacular fashion. Look at that. In the warm-up room, competitors getting ready for the clean and jerk portion.
So looking at the results one more time, 175 by Mendez in the gold medal position, Rustami at 174 in the silver medal position, and Pizzolato at third place, 162. The Polish lifter, Source, at 162 also. So that's going to be significant.
We are ready to begin the second portion of our 85 kilo A session.
Hello and welcome back to the 2017 IWF World Weightlifting Championships, where we are watching the men's 85 kilogram Group A. This is the group for all the medals. And we just saw the snatch portion, very exciting snatch portion, starting the clean and jerk section now. Georgia's Rivaz Davidadze kicking us off with 182 kilos.
Had sort of a rough day in the snatch as a result of some coaching mistakes, but still did manage to get 160 on his final attempt.
Yeah, it was in a very tough spot. stayed in a competition with that.
Nice clean.
He's a junior competitor, born in 1998. Having a better day in the clean and jerk, it looks like.
Good lift.
He's done as much as 188 in the past.
183 kilograms in the bar.
So I think he's good for that at least. Again, he's a junior, so sometimes these junior competitors can really make large strides from competition to competition. So we hope to see that here, maybe even as much as at 190 or above.
Looks like at the European Juniors is where he had that 188 earlier this year in Albania. Had a great day there, 6 for 6, 65.88.
Yeah. That 182 does move him into first place above the best in the B group, which is Regala of India at 341 kilos.
In the total.
In the total, yes, not
in
the
the
clean and
snatch,
jerk.
yeah. Or excuse me, in the clean and jerk, we still have 192 as the best.
Yeah. So it looks like he's jumping all the way up to 191, which will bring out Tom Schwarzbach for his opening attempt at 190 kilos. So in the snatch, only successful with his opening attempt at 151, hoping to have a better run here in the clean and jerk. Was complaining a little bit about a slippery bar on the snatches. Hopefully won't be as significant here for him in the clean and jerk.
Again, very consistent lifter in general.
Boy, wow.
Yeah.
To hold. Good. So
looks a little shaky.
Yeah, the whole thing, I mean, he almost lost it backwards a little bit on the clean and had to reposition himself before standing up with it and really grinded through that front squat.
And it looked heavy, I gotta say. It is heavy, but it looked heavier than you want an opener to look, maybe.
Absolutely.
Gets on the board, though.
So watch here. He almost comes back a little bit there, has to move the feet in.
Readjust.
And a beautiful jerk position in terms of the split, especially.
But then a little shaky. You know, never quite stopped 100%.
No,
but,
he didn't.
He had it overhead.
Okay,
he had it over control, in control.
Right. And again, we're sort of looking at a side view there, which fortunately the judges don't see that.
No. Right now, Colombia's Jor Moreno coming out, opening attempt. He apparently just took a warm-up, so I wonder if they were caught a little off guard. 180 not long ago, apparently, in the warm-up run.
So what he should do is really utilize that full 33 seconds that he has left here. Make sure he's recovered, because 180 isn't a lightweight either. Yeah, so that really messed with them there. So and again, that's more of a coaching mistake than an athlete mistake, because you got to have your athlete ready.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully within more than a minute of when he's supposed to go out and lift.
Especially in the clean and jerk.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder, again, we saw him coming off his finalist snatch, kind of indicating something.
Oh,
wonder if something's bothering him.
Yeah, I think he was kind of pointing to or grabbing at his back a little bit.
Rivaj Davidadje of Georgia coming out, 190 kilos. So a big jump, 8 kilos, and a big improvement over what he did just a few months ago, European Juniors. Born in 98, so still has one more year left as a junior.
So this would be the best ever for him if successful in the clean and jerk. Oh boy, the clean looks really good too.
Yeah. And the jerk didn't even look too bad. I think he just rushed the drive a little bit, tried to sneak under it, and didn't quite didn't quite have the acceleration on the bar.
Yeah, and
He will have another crack at that.
And you could see him sort of catching his breath after the lift, so makes you wonder if that bar was resting just on either his windpipe or the carotid artery that was cutting off the blood supply to the brain.
A couple of years ago in the 77s at Houston, I believe in the B group, there was a Georgian athlete who passed out not once but twice.
Wow.
With the bar across the chest, if I recall correctly.
Never a good feeling. Never a good feeling. And again, he's that Georgian lifter is not a guy with a lot of muscle mass to kind of keep that bar from crushing.
I wonder how he weighed
in
at 85.
Yeah, no. So the Colombian's going to come out again for the same weight, 190 kilos for Moreno Torres.
Didn't do much more than pull it on his first attempt at this.
Well, it looks heavy. We'll assume he'll widen that grip, and he does. Oh no! So that puts him in the do or die, and I tell you that clean was not light.
No, and we'll see maybe a replay here, but he collapsed quite a bit, enough so that he almost looked like he was in danger of an elbow touch there.
Yeah, it happened so fast.
Very quick.
Yeah, that you couldn't really tell, but. Yeah, and he just didn't look like he committed to that because really he hoisted the bar high enough, but didn't have that last little bit of commitment to really get under. But again, even there, you saw him sort of grabbing at his lower back again. And if there's any lift throughout the snatch, clean, and jerk that you feel it most, I would say it's the jerk, pulling that weight overhead, because you're talking about the heaviest weights that are above your head. And of course, supported by the legs, the back, the hips.
There's the Georgian athlete waiting on his third attempt. In the meanwhile, Colombia's Chor Moreno needs this final clean and jerk if he wants to post a total. Next to him, Germany's Tom Schwarzbach, waiting for the increase as well, keeping warm.
Now, Dr. Baffa, what was your anticipated highest clean and jerk? Was it 205?
I believe I said I don't recall if I said 205 or 210. Probably should have written these things down. I know you said 218.
Okay, so that facial expression does not look promising in this final attempt. So I'll be really surprised if he even attempts the clean. This could be another high pull, unfortunately. So he's only made one snatch, missed both clean and jerks. He needs to make this to post a total.
Dr. Westbrook, as someone who's been in this situation yourself a number of times, any advice for him?
Just turn around. Wow. Yeah. I'm impressed already.
That's unfortunate.
Every bit of the lift besides getting the feet aligned.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a lot more than I expected.
Great effort on Chor Moreno's part. Gave it really everything he had. A better clean. Kept the elbows high, out of the way as the knees. Got set up. And it looked there like you had it.
Just recovered too fast.
Yeah, and you know, when you train athletes and you teach them about the importance of recovering front foot first, it's for a reason like that.
Exactly,
so step forward and the bar is going to move backward. Now, I mean, in his case, might have been off balance. I think he was doing everything he could to hold on, but unfortunately, no lift. Fantastic effort by him, though. In the meantime, France's Imadushin.
Wow, and with that lift, that beats his international best at 190, so which was done in Israel last year. So training must be going well for him, and that actually hoists his total into first place with that lift.
Plenty more lifting to come, though. We still have not surpassed the B group mark of 192, done by Slovakia's Karol Samko. This is the Georgian, Rivaz Davidadze, third and final attempt, 191. This would be an international competition PR for him.
Just a beautiful clean.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great
yes.
work. Needs a steady. And he does.
Wow. Just
Nice performance.
he really, and again, look at that upper body. There's nothing to it. When we talk
reminds
about
you of Tanir Sajir.
yeah, when you talk about some lifters having grapefruits for shoulders, he's got nothing more than grapes.
And yet, still tremendously strong. It's about the power and the speed. Look at that.
Holds, and that's great. So still goes 3 for 6 on the day, 351 total, and currently in first place overall. And now the Japanese lifter Toshiki Yamamoto for his opening attempt at 192.
This equals the B group's best, but would not surpass it.
Technically, it would since it's his
yes,
first attempt. Yeah.
Would.
And again, technically a very, very good lifter.
Very upright in the catch. Right into the jerk.
Needs to steady. And
Arms were a little bent. I wonder what the judges are going to say. I'm just looking immediately to the lights.
oh no. Yeah. So again, the weights are moving so easily, but something about that overhead position is just not there today. And we couldn't, there's nothing wrong with the movement there. He got the feet aligned and dropped the bar once his feet were aligned, but it was during that portion right there where you see the elbows bend and then go back into the lockout position. So I
think they're going to move up. I think they're assuming he can do more.
Yeah, and Yamamoto has done as much as 202 kilos, so he's good for a lot more than that, especially if he can just get that better lockout here.
Yeah, I think pretty typically his lockout is like that. It can be a little soft. He's very muscular up top.
Yeah. Again, a stark contrast to the lifter who was just out there, Davidadze.
Who is coming out? Japan putting in a change, it appears.
Yep, they're going to move up. So the next increase would be Ali Miri of Iran at 193, who was in that do-or-die situation. The power of prayer and the fans of Iran is what allowed him to make that last attempt at 155. So he's going to come out, and there's a large population of Iranians here. And
honestly, I don't know that I've seen a bigger group of fans for a particular country.
No, the Thai fans had a pretty impressive, but this is another level.
Yeah. Ali Miri, opening attempt 193. Needed all 3 attempts to make one snatch. Hopefully off to a better start here. He's not the deepest international competition history.
Has done 201 in international competition just a few months ago in Turkmenistan. Very fast.
Yeah.
Looks good. And just like in the snatch, slightly canted.
Yeah.
Which is sort of an odd thing, but it's working for him at this point.
Gets one red light. I'm not sure what they didn't like about that.
It looked fine to me. He doesn't have a perfect lockout, but I didn't see any movement in the lockout. But let's take a look, see if those elbows. I don't know.
Looks
That's
okay from that
good.
angle.
Yeah.
Jury isn't calling a stop to anything, so we have to assume that will stand.
Yeah.
In the meantime, here is Japan's Toshiki Yamamoto coming out. Second attempt, 193 kilos. Went up 1 kilo from his opener, which was ruled no lift.
I imagine a very easy clean, and then maybe a little struggle with that overhead position again here.
Beautiful clean.
Again, I thought that looked pretty good. I'm hoping he gets at least the majority of the decision.
There we go.
Everybody.
3 white lights.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Again, his lockout is always a bit like, I mean, there's some athletes, think of Boevsky back in the day. It was an on or off switch. The weight's resting a little more on the muscles as opposed to on those lock joints.
Yeah, that looked a lot better.
Yeah.
It really did.
Did look better than the opener.
Just started similar to his first attempt, a little bit of that helicopter, just starting to shift the weight, but able to stabilize it, feet in line, and put the weight down. So
right now, Svaris Shustov of Poland coming out for his opening attempt at 194. Shustov in the past has done,
looks like 205.
And he has a competition history that goes back a dozen years. Good clean. Good
oh wow, that's a beautiful opener. I think he's going to hit around that 205 mark today.
He looks good. He looks strong. He probably wants to make up some ground from the snatch. Just missed the podium.
And really, you know, it sort of got robbed that, you know, he just got turned down in that second attempt at 162 in the snatch and had to come back and repeat with it, which he made. I think he was good for 165 at least.
Yeah,
but,
which would have been a medal.
It would have been a medal, yeah.
He
absolutely.
did 62, but Antonino Pizzolato, who did it before, also did 62. Bronze medal for him. Yu Dongju of Korea coming out for his opening attempt, 194 kilos. Rough day in the snatch, only made his opener 158.
He's done as much as 198, which was done in Houston at the 2015 World Championships. Competed in Rio, finished in 14th place last year. Very nice clean. Oh boy. So
not great.
No, not great. One other lifter, the Frenchman Imadouchine, asking for the same weight, in addition to Tom Schwarzbach.
From Germany.
So
Tom Schwarzbach.
let's see. Yeah, so he's going to come out for this. So Schwarzbach is going to come out for 194, which is 4 kilos up from his opener at 190. And I have to say, 190 was not the easiest lift that we've seen.
Shaky. Little shaky. He is not quite as consistent in the clean and jerk as he is in the snatch, but still, overwhelmingly, he is a 2 for 3 or 3 for 3 athlete. This is really uncharacteristic. This is
not only uncharacteristic of him, but uncharacteristic of any German athlete.
Yeah, this is not a great day. We don't know if he's injured, if what has happened, but you know, you look through his competition history. Split European Championships earlier this year, 2 for 3. Speyer, Germany, earlier this year, 2 for 3. Germany, 2 for 3. Excuse me, 3 for 3, 3 for 3, 2 for 3, 3 for 3, and really a consistent athlete.
So we just saw the coaching staff of the Frenchman Imadouchine move up to 196, which brings back looks like you for 194. Yeah.
Yeah, he's had a little bit of time to recover, relax, hopefully just enough to make the correction and get on the board with this weight.
Now Rostami's asking for 212 still, and Mendez Perez is at 200 for their opening attempts, if you're wondering. Oh, even better clean.
Yeah.
And a better jerk.
Okay.
Yeah. during the clean, he was basically pinned on that first attempt.
Yeah.
But that one, he timed it just perfectly. Stood up with it nice and easily. So, but he looks a little winded, I must say. So
it's a lot of weight. I'd be winded too, if I'm being honest.
But maybe we're only be looking at a couple kilo increase on his final attempt.
He did time that really nicely. And you see that with a lot of the Korean athletes. They're really able to, off the floor, through the catch, use the bar to their advantage.
So Schwarzbach of Germany coming out for his third and final attempt. Only made one snatch, has only made one clean and jerk thus far.
You got to go back to 2011 to find a big meet where he did not make his second attempt in the clean and jerk.
Really gutsy clean there. No, so just not the performance that he was hoping for. 2 out of
he yelled at the
6. Yeah. You know, it's rare to see a German complain, but that's unfortunate. It's a rough day for him.
Everyone has an off day.
Yeah.
He's not happy about that performance, but again, deep competition history should see him again. And he goes home with a total 341, 151, 191, 2 out of 6. In the meanwhile, here is our snatch bronze medalist, Antonino Pizzolato of Italy, 195.
He's really setting himself up for a good day. So if he can really hit this nicely and put some pressure on these other athletes, he could have an exceptional day today. You know, overall, it felt like the whole clean was really just rushed.
Yeah.
Maybe he was just a little overly excited. I think it seemed heavier than it actually was. The timing just wasn't quite there. So I'm going to assume that that's going to be taken again, but he's unfortunately the only lifter asking for that weight, so the 2-minute clock has begun.
Yeah, back in Houston at the World Championships, he did 202. So he's handled more weight than this. I mean, that was his best. More recently, he has been good for 90, 96.
We can see the Italian coaches, looks like they're moving up.
So if they go to 96, buys them a little time. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, Imadushin would be the lifter at 196.
And he's actually going to take it, so that might have been a nice move. Get you, you know, at least a minute or so.
I think it was a good move. I really do. 1 kilo at this, you're talking about a 0.5%, you know, just barely under a 0.5%. So it's that's really not that different, especially for a guy who's done as much as 202. So Imadushin, 5 kilos up from his opener at 191. Nice clean. Wow, that was better than his opener.
Yeah.
And another international best in the clean and jerk. Prior to this meet, 190 was his best in Israel last year. So really making some strides, leaps and bounds here, really.
Italy's Antonino Pizzolato.
So Pizzolato really needs to come in here and just time this thing better, and I think this is going to be an easy lift. Better.
Oh, left side.
Uh-oh, do or die situation here. I'm going to blame it on the food. You know, an Italian comes from a great culture of cuisine.
The food here has been a little bit, certainly not what you're getting in Sicily.
No, definitely not.
Now, it's been several years since he's been in this situation, do or die. You got to go back to 2013, it looks like, in the international stage. So hopefully he can make the correction, come back. and get on the board. Unfortunately, no one else is asking for this weight, and I don't know if you want to risk going to 97.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Unfortunately, he has done almost the entirety of the lift. And I tell you what, in that clean and jerk, that's a lot of energy. Yeah. A lot of energy. And 2 minutes, in my opinion, is not enough time to completely recover. But, you know, this is the championship, and you gotta do special things to make special things happen.
Yeah, and these athletes are just getting to the body weights and the weights lifted where you need a little more time to recover. There's his teammate, Mirko Scarantino, 56-kilo athlete, giving him some encouragement. In Italian, good luck is in bocca al lupo. So in bocca al lupo to Pizzolato. The response is crepi. Let's see it, Pizzolato.
All right, so the crowd really wants him to get this thing done. Again, you're looking at he's going home with the bronze medal in the snatch. There's no doubt about that.
Now he wants to go home with a total.
And of course, this would move him into first place at the moment, but that will change. Best clean of the three.
Yeah.
Needs to hold.
He does.
Wow.
Auguri di nuovo. Pizzolato stays alive with 196, 358 total. Not too far off his best. I think he wanted to really improve on his best, 363. But didn't quite go as planned.
And all the cleans looked good, but the jerk was the limiting factor here for whatever reason. That left side is really favoring it. It's hard to say what was causing that.
So again, ends up with a total. Nicely done, Antonino Pizzolato. Right now, Poland's Zvaris Shuslov coming out for his second attempt, 197.
So this 197 will actually elevate him into first place above Pizzolato because they actually snatched the same exact weight. And this is 1 kilo above what Pizzolato just clean and jerked. Beautiful clean. Oh my goodness. He's good for probably 202, 203, who knows? What a lift.
Strong. Kind of surprised at that 3 kilo increase, to be honest, because the first one looked pretty easy and the second one looked easy too, but I'm sure they've got a strategy. I trust them.
Yeah, you know, I think since they've got that big lead in the snatch under over a lot of these other competitors, I think it's a matter of just making lifts. And if this 85 session as a whole is any indication of what you should do as a coach, it's make your lifts.
Yeah.
Because most of these lifts are not made. We're looking at in the snatch probably at best maybe 50%, but probably not even that.
Yeah. I mean, again, in the snatch, your bronze medalist Pizzolato made all 3 snatches. A few other guys missed a bunch, and one withdrew, and that changed everything. Right now,
we hear the Iranians.
We do hear the Iranians. Those of you watching at home might hear them, no matter how far you are. Shrustov still the lifter, but they're going to change.
Yeah, that's going to change. So,
you know, I almost forgot. Ali, I mean, we know that Rustami is, of course, coming out, but Ali Miri opened at 93 about a week ago. And he is listed with 201.
201, okay, wow. So Imadushin has gone up to 200, which would bring out, since with that move, would bring out Mendez Perez for his opener at 200, which I think we see the Peru team going up too.
Yeah, they're changing.
Excuse me, the Chilean team.
Mendez going. He doesn't look like a guy who's lifting anything anytime soon, certainly. So he is moving up to something.
Yeah.
203. Conservative increase. That brings out Korea's Yu Dong-ju. 200 kilos.
So amazing that I feel like we just made a big jump on the platform weight.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing how fast that happens when you have all these coaches jockeying for position. So 200, this is a big mark for many, many lifters, especially in this bodyweight category. 200 kilos, 440 pounds on the bar. Korea's Yu Dong-ju, third and final attempt. This would exceed his best by 2 kilos. A little bit of a rough clean there. Wow, knees to, oh my goodness. He had the lift. Just again, recovered a little too fast.
Yeah, not sure it was ever really under control for him to actually secure it overhead.
And if you want an example of the correct way to recover, the 2015 world champion, Artem Akulov, 215 kilos. He takes about 10 seconds to recover from his split to get his feet in
really
line.
holds it.
But he knew how important that lift was, so he's going to take his sweet time to make sure he does not drop that. And that's a great lift in this weight category just 2 years ago here in the States.
Right now, Ali Miri is the athlete. An enormous increase.
Wow.
Opened with 193, is now at 201.
Which this ties his best of all time on the international stage.
There is the Iranian contingent.
Huge extension there for the clean. Oh no! And you can see the bar, the right side of the bar is just almost like 3 inches higher than the left side when he goes to jerk that thing.
Little uneven.
Little uneven, but I think that's how it looked on the opening attempt too. So that's just the style that he does.
Yeah, that's how Asenitse was. He was pretty uneven.
Yeah.
He had those elbow problems on the one side, but worked for him. He'll have another attempt. He is still the lifter. No one else calling for 201. Of course, Arle Mendez calling for 203. We're getting some word from an inside source who may or may not be Ian Wilson that Mendez has been doing some pretty heavy clean and jerks in training.
Yeah, and he really proved himself in the snatches. So if he can do anything near, I believe it was around 215, 217, somewhere in that area that I've heard rumors of him being able to do. So that's right near that Rostami's world record of 220. So Rostami's going to have some work ahead of him.
I think so. All these competitors have some work. I think right now we're seeing the battle for bronze, assuming no other big developments, because I think silver and gold are going to be fought over by Kianush Rustami and Arle Mendez.
Yeah, and Mendez has 203 listed as his opener right now. The crowd's going wild for Ali Miri. Third and final attempt, 201, same weight. Again, this is a huge 8-kilo increase from that opening attempt. So clean looked pretty good. So he really just needs to put it together for the jerk. It may have even had an elbow touch there. When I say elbow touch, I mean that the elbow actually touched the knee, which is
I think I saw one ref actually hit the red light button.
Yeah,
when that happened.
Watch that right elbow and right knee. Let's see, right. Oh no, actually maybe that was inside. Yeah,
very close.
It was close. Again, that's why it's such a subjective call, because from this angle, you just can't tell if that knee and elbow were inside or outside of each other. So
and it happened so fast that even from the perfect angle, it can be tough to say for certain until you go to the video.
Yeah, yeah. So Toshiki Yamamoto, again, another athlete that feels like it's been ages since we've seen, making a huge 9-kilo jump up to 202 from his second to third attempt.
And you said that is his best internationally, correct?
Yeah, let me double check that. But yes, that's correct. Yeah, 202. So this would match his personal best in the clean and jerk. And again, the big question here is that lockout position.
Yep.
Beautiful clean, wow. Boy, that clean looks so good.
Clean is so easy, very nice, but he doesn't have that on-off switch lockout.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't know if it's flexibility, if it's just how he's built or what it is. It can make the jerk that much harder.
But like you said,
though.
So upright, clean, just what you want to see.
Really has the proportions for the clean and jerk too. Long torso, shorter arms, shorter femurs.
Yeah.
Ends up with 193 in the clean and jerk for a 341 total.
Right now, Imadouchine of France coming out for his third and final attempt at 202. Currently in second place in the clean and jerk and fifth in the overall position. So, yeah, even if he had stood up with that, that was almost surely an elbow touch there.
Yeah. Apparently, Rustami has 205 loaded in the back room right now.
Okay.
I don't think he's touched it yet, but
he's got some time, so I don't think he has to.
Yeah.
Although, if Mendez decides to pull a fast one and jump to some bigger number, you know, that could really throw things off. But before any of that happens, the Polish lifter Zwarch coming out here for his third and final attempt. 202 on the bar, currently sits in first place overall, and that means he's guaranteed at least a bronze in the clean and jerk and a bronze in the overall. Wow.
Apparently Rustami just did his 205 in the back.
Okay.
Shustov, third attempt, 202.
Well, that's the first time I've seen that, so I think he's got a bit of a knee injury, but he wanted to kind of play with it a little bit. He gives Bonk a big hug right there. A great 105 lifter, one of the Doega brothers.
Having a little fun with it.
Yeah.
Our lifter, 203 kilograms.
Yeah, so he's going to take home the bronze in both the clean and jerk and the overall. So good day. Now we've got 2 lifters and 6 lifts to decide who takes home both.
Well, he's currently in gold position, we should say.
Yeah, he's guaranteed at least a bronze.
Guaranteed at least a bronze. Got to make your lifts here. So Mendez and Rustami, assuming they each make 1 lift.
Yeah.
Shustov Zwarch is our bronze medalist.
So Rustami still has 212 listed. 203, of course, is on the bar for Mendez, which I think is smart for him to come out here and take this as he fights against the Olympic champ, Rustami.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
This is, these weights look awful light.
Yeah, he looks good.
And he's not limping. He is not, you know, he's not fighting any injuries right now. So, but that turnover,
beautiful
clean.
turnover and catch, just. And now he is an athlete. When we talk about lockouts, he's got that solid right to overhead position. Either it's there or it's not.
Yeah.
Relaxing a little bit, unrolling the knee sleeves. What I imagine is they'll move him up.
Yeah, so
past Rustami.
He's got to go all the way up to 212. And actually, the sooner he does that, then that locks Rustami into that 212.
Yeah.
Because right now, Rustami still has the choice of dropping back down. to a lower weight. But I would almost jump right up to the 212 because he's already locked in the gold in the snatch and at least the silver in the clean and jerk and the total. So might as well just see what happens. So, okay, they moved up to, no, they haven't moved up. Still set 204.
There's some movement over there. There's the Iranian coach.
Yeah, the Chilean coach was kind of putting his hands in the air as if he was confused or frustrated about something. So the clock still moves. Okay, yep, so we're going all the way to 212. We are going to 212. So the clean and jerk specialist, the current world record holder, the Olympic champ of 2016, Kianush Rostami, coming out to show the world why he is the Olympic champion. 212 kilos on the bar. The Iranians going crazy out here.
Again, the one entire wing of the stands filled with Iranian fans. 212 going on the barbell. Rostami is ready. He looks ready. First saw him on the international stage back in 2008, it looks like, at the Asian Championships. First Senior World Championships, 2010 in Antalya, where he placed 4th.
212 kilos for his opening attempt here. And this would propel him into first place both in the clean and jerk and the total right away. And really give him a pretty sizable lead. Heavy clean. He took a lot longer in that between the clean and the jerk than I'd ever seen him.
I wonder if there's a little miscalculation in that opener.
212
Wow.
kilos remains in the bar.
So we see that he's got both knees wrapped, but no sort of, well, maybe he does have a little extra, maybe something underneath on that left knee. But again, he hit a sticking point on that stand up on the clean that I've never seen before. It's usually just straight up. So now Mendez has bumped up to 213, which puts the pressure on. So that eliminated the 2-minute clock. Wow. Very strategic and very well done by the coaching staff of Chile.
And Rostami did most of that lift, so he's got to be feeling a little winded at this moment.
Yeah, but again, at this point, 212 to 213, is it worth that extra kilo? I don't know. I think they're calculating that it doesn't.
And here he comes.
He doesn't have the same air of confidence that he had walking out onto the platform for the snatch.
There's also not a lot of time.
No.
No.
So now he has to move up. He's got to move up, in my opinion. I think he needs more than 2 minutes now. Again, favoring that left knee.
Yeah. Oh, just made a sign that looked like he might be withdrawing.
212 kilos loaded in the bar.
They're writing something. It's unclear if they're withdrawing.
The coach has the excitement as if he's going to do more, but so I think Rostami is just basically saying, I will do whatever it takes. Just let the Chilean.
No, Rostami went to 213. Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's basically, he's going to say, have the Chilean do anything he can, and I will do 1 kilo.
But I think the Chilean is going to go up. I think Mendes is going to go up to put the screws on.
Yeah. And
Rostami, and he did 214. I mean, he's in. Listen, the Chilean is guaranteed a medal at this point.
Yeah, he's guaranteed.
He can sit and relax. Rostami is guaranteed a silver only in the snatch.
And he's only got one attempt remaining, so Mendes is in a great position right now.
Here comes Rustami.
Wow. So what do you think? I mean, I probably would have gone to up to 215 or 240. Oh, no. So they are going to move up. Yeah, so they're going to go up to 214 at least, and maybe even more than that. And the Chilean coaching staff is trying to decide what to do. I think they're going to take this.
Yeah.
They're going to take it. So he's putting the knee wraps on. That's Mendes Perez, who is gone.
Interestingly, Rustami kind of made to move out, but then sat back down. And he's got a rush to get these knee wraps on now a little bit. So I wonder if that's part of the strategy.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That said, Mendes has 2 attempts left. He's in a much nicer position.
Yeah. So again, if he makes this, in order for Rustami to come out here and move himself into first place overall, he'd actually have to go to 216 because he would have to exceed
217.
No, 216.
Oh, 216. Right, 214.
Yeah. So 214 kilos on the bar for Mendes Perez out of Chile. Second attempt.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, no. So he got the down signal, but what did the judges say? No left. Oh, my goodness. That changes everything.
It does. Now that, well, they're both on final attempts right now. Does he retake that, or does he go to 215?
So it looks like Rustami is coming out for this same weight. So he will put the pressure on Mendes. Oh, boy, he just needed to hold that for just a... Oh,
yeah.
That right arm just started to give just a little bit. So again, Rustami is a lifter who has made it happen when he has needed it.
Almaty, Kazakhstan. He was in this very position.
Yep.
Worlds 2014. He made 211 on his opener, but missed it. And then went to 212, missed it. 213 on his final attempt. Do or die.
Do or die.
Made it.
He's often a guy who only makes 1 or 2 clean and jerks, but they were typically very, very heavy when he makes them.
Yeah, does it. He's done it when it's counted. Let's see if he can do it here.
Maybe he just wanted the blue plate. I mean, it looks really nice.
It does look great. Worth noting, we are 2.5% from the world record. We are really operating at maximal weights at this point.
So he's had adequate amount of rest time. He's getting a little bit more as a result of the loading of the weights and changing the plates. He needs to put everything he has into this. Cleans it. No. So no successful lifts in the clean and jerk. So now, right now, on the screen, you can see Mendes, the world champion. He sweeps gold, the snatch, clean and jerk, and the total. And now, do we talk about a world record? Does he want to try a 221? Or
he's going for it. By the way, Pete Solato just earned himself a bronze overall.
Wow.
With that bomb, Antonino Pizzolato, bronze overall. Look at that. Gotta say, though, the Iranian team still cheering for their athlete, Kinush Rustami. Gave it a hell of a fight.
And Rustami has no shortage of resume successes in his past. So now we're
I'm seeing with the Chilean, Ivan Ivanov of Bulgaria. He's off screen right now, but
he's helping out.
He's here comes Mendez.
This is a huge world record, and this is really a slap in the face to the Iranian because it's his record.
It is his record.
Not only is he going to beat him in the championship, but he's going to try to take the record from him too. 221 kilos. And I tell you what, he looks in shape for it.
Yeah.
Cleans it.
Too heavy.
He had that little hesitation on the tip where you know, oh boy, this is not going where it needs to.
Yeah. You know what though, with that lift, with that championship, he sends a message to the world of 85 kilo lifters. Be on guard, because he's been gone for years and now he's back and lifting with the best. Olympic champion and world champion Kinush Rustami.
Yeah, and even when you start talking about some of the lifters who aren't here, the Tian Taos of the world.
Okulov.
Exactly. Apti, it really sends a message to say we've got a new horse in town.
Exactly. So there is Iran's Kinush Rustami. We know he was struggling with a knee injury. And he will take home the silver in the snatch. But nothing in the clean and jerk, and of course no total. There is our world champion, Arley Mendez Perez of Chile, who we haven't seen on the international stage in years.
Ivan Ivanov. And
there's Ivan Ivanov in the back there. Yeah.
Part of the Chile coaching staff.
And there's non basta essere bravi, bisogna essere I migliori. You don't have to be just good, you have to be the best. It's not just enough to be good, you have to be the best. Well done, Pizzolato.
Yeah, and he seals up the total bronze medal and the snatch medal.
Yeah.
And finishes in 4th place in the clean and jerk. And that was only making one of his clean and jerks.
Yeah.
So quite a day for the Italian. And of course, our champion once again. The social media videos, the training videos, we were all a little hesitant about thinking about what he could actually do at the end
of the competition. It's a very different thing in competition. Training and competition, but
he performed.
Yeah.
And there's our silver medalist in the total. The pole.
Krzysztof Schwarz.
Really
Gotta be happy about that.
Yeah, no, he had a great day, and just a close 202 also. Boy, what an amazing competition in session here in the 85s.
Yeah, we expected this to be exciting, and it did not disappoint. Although I am looking at the board, and I got to say the clean and jerk started off well, and then turned into a bit of a mess. It looks like just about everyone only made.
Well, there's only 12 makes,
yeah,
and there's 12 lifters, so that means you're at 1/3 of the clean and jerks were makes. And again, I am including the fact that the Uzbeki lifter Alimov did not lift at all, but still that's a poor showing in the clean and jerk, but still exciting.
Exactly. Here are the clean and jerk results for the men's 85 kilogram class. Of course, Arley Mendez of Chile, 203 with first. Krzysztof Schwarz in Poland, 197, and Imadushin, 196 in 3rd place. So the Frenchman takes home a bronze medal as well. Total results coming up next. Our world champion, Arley Mendez Perez of Chile, 378. Krzysztof Schwarz of Poland, 2nd place, 359. Antonino Pizzolato of Italy, 358. So Mendez really a commanding almost 20 kilo lead over his closest competitor due to Rustami's bomb out. Of course, if you want to see some highlights from the session, training videos, all sorts of information on these worlds, make sure you check out the IWF's social media pages at IWFnet on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram. And there is your world champion now.
Boy, look at the build on him, too.
Yeah.
He's got muscles on top of muscles. So this is the total medal table, not including this session that we just witnessed. Thailand, of course, with 14 medals, Vietnam with 7 total medals, and Colombia with 11 total medals, and Egypt with 4. Thailand has the most gold medals, and both Vietnam and Egypt have 4 gold medals. So this has been nothing short of a pleasure, Dr. Baffa. The IWF 2017 World Championships will include some great sessions to continue the day. Dr. Baffa, it's been a pleasure.
Pleasure. Podium coming up. To witness the medal ceremony for the 2017 IWF Weightlifting World Championships for the men's 85 category. Here come our presenters. Here come the Mickey Mouse stuffed animals. And here, most importantly, come our athletes.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to have a total of just 4 athletes, I believe, will receive different medals, because actually the French
5 athletes.
5 athletes, yeah, because Machine ended up getting the bronze medal in the clean and jerk. Yeah, so you're right. 5 athletes.
Presenting the awards at this ceremony will be IWF Vice President Peter Kroll.
And you can see the big wrap of ice around Rustami's left knee.
Member Adam Hengeley. And WWE superstar Seth Rollins.
A WWE superstar, there you go.
First, our awards for the snatch. Receiving the bronze medal for Italy, Antonino Pizzolato.
Italy's Antonino Pizzolato, bronze in the snatch. Very happy about that.
Well earned, too.
Yeah, 3 for 3, 162 kilos.
2 lifters were 3 for 3 in the snatch, the gold medalist, and of course, the bronze medalist from Italy.
From the Islamic Republic of Iran, Kianush Rostami.
Here is our bronze medalist, Kianush Rostami from Iran. Iranian fans very excited to see him.
Of course, snatched 174, just 1 kilo less than the gold medal.
And the gold medal to Chile, Arly Mendez Perez.
And there he is, the gold medalist, Mendez Torres, coming up there. And again, he's going to sweep all these. He's going to be pretty heavy with all 3 golds leaving today.
Thank you.
What was your favorite lift of this session, Dr. Baffa?
I would say it's Mendez's 175
now,
snatch.
the awards for the clean and jerk. The bronze medal to France, Romain Imadushin.
It looks like he's got a hook grip French flag there. So that's pretty cool, doing a little so again,
silver medal
he clean and jerked a total of, excuse me, a 196. The pull again pointed to his knee right before he sort of faked his last attempt, but still enough to earn that silver medal at 197.
And the gold medal to Chile, Arly Mendez Perez.
Here is our gold medalist in the clean and jerk, Chile's Arly Mendez Perez, 203. Only made 1, but it was good enough for the gold medal.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if the French team just assumed that they wouldn't be on the podium, so they didn't bring a flag along with them. They had to go to Nat to find one.
The awards for the total. The bronze medal To Italy, Antonino Pizzolato.
Antonino Pizzolato, bronze. I know for a fact there are some Italians watching, celebrating, because they're contacting me. Ciao, Pierluigi. So they must be very proud of their countrymen. Bronze in the total.
That's
The
just
silver
wonderful.
medal.
Just wonderful. And of course, a Mickey Mouse to go along with it.
Yeah,
To
most
Poland,
importantly.
Krzysztof Svarec.
Krzysztof Svarec of Poland. Silver medal in the total. Quite a contrast in hair.
Yeah, you know, the whole Polish team and coaching staff, I don't think we have a single hair on any of their heads.
And the gold medal, world champion, Chile, Arly Mendez Perez.
Here's our world champion, Arly Mendez Perez. We've seen some big things from him on social media. Great to see big things from him in the competition.
Yeah, what a day for him, and really a solid attempt at 221 for a new world record. Rostami looks from behind, knowing that he'll be back next year.
Yeah. Here are your total winners.
Please remove your hats and stand if you are able for the national anthem of Chile. Congratulations to the
Now, it's
medalists.
been a long time since we've had a Chilean world champion. So, and maybe even the first time. We'd have to look that up. But
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head, but they were nowhere on the medal count before today. Now they've got 3 golds.
Yeah.
So here is the medal table. Thailand, of course, leading, then Vietnam and Egypt. Colombia, Romania, and Chile now, again, nowhere, and now in the top 10 with those 3 gold medals. So that concludes the men's 85 category. It was a fantastic competition.